Have you ever noticed how we tell ourselves stories about who we are, about why we struggle and why we can't change? If so, you're not alone. For decades, we've been taught that suffering is something that we inherit, something woven into our DNA, our family history, or it's our diagnosis. We seek explanations in disorders, labels, and dysfunctions, asking ourselves that question, why do we behave the way we do, believing that if we can name it, we can probably tame it. But what if the stories we cling to are actually the things that are keeping us stuck? Codependency, attachment, imposter syndrome, each one of these with a chain reinforced by a system that tells us to look backwards for answers rather than forward for solutions. We blame our history, our parents, our wiring, the people around us. We wait for change to come from outside of ourselves, convinced that healing is something given to us, not something we build. But the brain doesn't work that way. Change isn't something that happens to us, it is something that we do daily. It's something we create. Every thought, every behavior, every belief is a pattern, a well worn path in the brain that can be rerouted, reshaped, and redefined. We're not prisoners of our past or our disorders, we're architects of our future. The medical model tells us to manage symptoms. Our conditioning tells us to wait for permission. But what if we stopped waiting? What if we started developing the habits of mind that free us from these invisible chains that hold us? I wrote Chains of Attachment, a historical perspective on codependency and emotional attachment, because I've seen the damage these outdated narratives have caused. I've seen how we pathologize normal human struggles, how we use labels to define ourselves instead of breaking free from them. For too long, we've been told that codependency is a life sentence, that attachment wounds define us, that imposter syndrome is just something we have to endure. But none of this is true. We have the power to change if we understand how. This book is about breaking the cycle. It's about seeing codependency, imposter syndrome, and attachment for what it and for all of these things for what they really are, not disorders to manage or be held under by, but patterns to unlearn. It's about taking back control of our minds, our behavior, and our lives. Breaking free isn't about rejecting who we are. It's about reclaiming who we are meant to be. The path forward isn't our wounds, not identifying with them. It's in the new patterns we create and the habits we build and the new choices we make. The chains aren't the chains aren't locked. They never were. I'm Dr. Dranitsaris, and thank you so much for watching.